May I know your name?" The pangolin looked confused. Of course she did. Crooked Claw knew she hadn't come here willingly. Curling Star, said the pangolin. What a lovely name, said Bronze Shanks. In the tree next to Crooked Claw, a band of monkeys sniggered to each other, and Curling Star looked up, her beady eyes scanning the tree branches. Crooked Claw shot the band a fierce look, and they fell silent. Bronze Shanks went on, still speaking in a soft, reassuring tone. I asked you to come, because I know that the pangolins know more about the great dragon than any creature, apart from the dragon speakers, of course. And I need to ask you some questions. Come, sit near me. Curling Star hesitated, but eventually took a few steps toward Bronze Shanks and sat down. Tell me, Curling Star, said Bronze Shanks, how was the great dragon created? Curling Star let out a soft gasp, then hesitated. I don't know, she said. I thought the great dragon always existed, but even if I did know the story, I wouldn't tell you, she gabbled, and then curled up into a ball with a frightened squeak. Why on earth not? Said Bronze Shanks, putting his face close to the pangolin's armored surface. The pangolin didn't uncurl, so her reply was muffled, her head completely covered by her scaly tail. You'll do something bad with it, she yelped. Crooked Claw slipped down the sloping tree and walked up behind the curled pangolin. She bent down to whisper between the interlocking scales. You know more than you're saying, she said, and Curling Star jumped, uncurling slightly in her surprise. Crooked Claw stamped her paw down on the pangolin's tail, so she couldn't completely recurl. And you will tell us what you know, or the other pangolins we're watching will suffer for it. The pangolin yelped. Crooked Claw smirked. These creatures were so gullible. Curling Star was the first pangolin they had caught, but it seemed she completely believed Crooked Claw's bluff. All right, the pangolin squeaked. All right, I'll tell you the story. She cleared her throat nervously and scratched at the ashy rock. Well, long ago, there wasn't one dragon. There were two. The light dragon who ruled over the day and fire and the truth and things like that. And the dark dragon who ruled over the night and shadows and stories and caves and such like. But one day, a monkey brought them together. How? Bronze Shanks demanded, slapping his hands down on the rock in front of Curling Star's nose. She recoiled and tried to curl up again, but Crooked Claw was too fast for her and pressed down on her back so she couldn't move. I don't know, Curling Star gasped. I swear on the dragon, nobody knows except for... She broke off with a tiny angry growl and put her claws over her eyes. We have her, Crooked Claw thought, giving Bronze Shanks a sly nod. Go, she said, turning to Silvermane, and pull scales off those other pangolins until Curling Star tells us who knows how the monkey did it. Silvermane chuckled, nodded, and started to walk off in a random direction. No, please, it's the children, Curling Star spluttered. All right, it's the children of the dragon. They're the ones that know. And who are these children of the dragon? Bronze Shanks asked, scratching his chin. They're an order of pangolins, said Curling Star in a small voice. They're descended from the pangolins, who were there when the great dragon was created. But they keep their secrets to themselves. They don't speak much, and when they do, it's all in riddles. They don't even tell their secrets to other pangolins. You can pull my scales off, she added, raising her head in shaky defiance. There's nothing more I can tell you. These children of the dragon will tell us their secrets, Crooked Claw told Bronze Shanks. Whatever you're up to, the new